Sinatra.
I am literally in the air right now, wrapping up a store. This first class, I am so new at this.
Hello and welcome to Chuckin Knucks podcast, episode 3. I am the host today, Zach Hahn. I am joined with Anthony Russo, who you do not see yet. We have a surprise for me too, and for those who are watching on YouTube. Sorry for the listeners who are listening to our podcast on all. But
how we doing, listeners? Said listeners, how we doing?
It's a dumb question to ask because they are not live right now and they can't talk to us. But how are you guys doing? We got a lot to get to today. Unfortunately, our co-host Matt Barnes cannot be here today. He has to wait. It is very late in the night right now, and he has to wake up very early tomorrow morning. So we gave him the night off. And of course, Dylan Viggy 6, our host, still just won't come on the podcast. So I think it's time to let him go. What do you say, Russo?
I agree with that. I think Dylan Viggy 6 has had a fair share of chances, and I think it's time for him to go. I think you need to take in that role of host because you're very dedicated to this podcast. And
so are you. You actually hold on. Before we get to the surprise, let's keep it.
Oh yes. Also, listeners and viewers, there is a surprise. For viewers, you, as Zach said, you can't see my face, but in probably a couple minutes, we'll unveil the surprise I've been ripping Zach apart with because he wants to know what it is for like a week now.
Yeah, I still don't even know what the surprise is. I haven't seen Russo's face yet. He has kept his camera off on Zoom.
Yep.
And let's, I guess, show us a surprise. Let's see what it is.
Right now, okay, listeners, I'm sorry, but it just gives you another incentive to check out our Instagram at Chuckin Knucks Podcast, our YouTube, which is the same thing, and our TikTok. The video of the surprise will be on all three of those outlets, but it won't be on Spotify because you can't see people on Spotify because it's just voices.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we're ready to unveil it.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
Should we have a countdown?
No countdown. Just do it. Just rip it. Let's.
No, we gotta have a countdown.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see it. I'll close my eyes.
How we doing, listeners?
Oh my God!
From the new Russo Studios. How are we?
No way.
Yes. How are we doing,
My
listeners?
God.
It is a great day to be on the Chuckin Knucks podcast with all of you.
That's amazing. Oh
Yep.
my God.
Went for a little Don Cherry, Rick DiPietro flair.
Oh Are you gonna do this for every episode?
I think I have to. It depends. If the viewers and the listeners like it, I think I'm gonna have to.
Oh my God, that's great. That's
I'm ready to roll, as Stu Finder once said.
ready to roll. Ready to roll. It's so nice. Oh man,
Half of this was thought up today, but most of it was already pre-planned. I got the idea for the background today, but everything else was premeditated.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, this is it.
Never
This is my
ceased
new
to amaze me,
studio.
Russo.
Yep, thank you.
So how are you doing? How you feeling? Would you
right now
in your life?
Right now I'm feeling awesome. Also, I want to give a shout out. Today is my sister's birthday. She's turning 15, not 13. I gave her a card today that says happy 13th birthday. But she wasn't too happy about that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sister Russ.
Sister Russ. Happy birthday, Sister Russ.
Sister Russ. So that's what's going on in my life. What about you, Zachary? How is your life going?
Pretty normal. Just playing hockey, working out. Went to the Mets game this weekend.
Normal.
Huh?
I said, hi, I'm normal. From SpongeBob.
Yes, from SpongeBob.
Hi, I'm normal. So yeah, the Mets game, how was that?
The Mets game. Oh, it was something else. You were supposed to go. I had 4 tickets ready to go.
I was.
You, Barnes, and James Kazicki. Name drop again.
James Kazicki, how you doing?
still again refuse to come on the podcast.
Get on this podcast. I mean, it's getting better by the day.
Needs to get on the
Getting
podcast.
more electric by the day.
I got electric, ready to roll.
Eventually, me and Zach are going to start boxing through the video.
Yeah.
We're going to set up 2 boxing rings in our house, and we're just going to start going to Pound Town.
Oh, pause.
Oh, censor. Oh, now I'm on.
Pause. Pause. Don't say that.
Now I'm on Game Watch.
Oh man.
After all, I just ruined all this I just put together with 2 words.
Oh man. Don't use that in that context. Context ever again. Anyway. I don't know. Should I save the Mets game for later, or should I just get into it? I'll just get into it right now.
Go for it. You already ripped the Band-Aid off.
All right. So I went to the Mets game on Saturday with James Kazicki. You and Barnes were supposed to come, but you had other things to do. So
I was saving the world from threats. That's what I was
yes,
doing.
and
Also an undercover agent.
Barnes had a family, not a family emergency, but I don't know. He just couldn't come. But I went with James Kazicki. It was Kazicki's first ever Major League Baseball game, and it was his first time at Citi Field. And it was his first time on a train. We took the train ever. It was his first. He was
19 years old. He's never been on a train.
19 years old, lives on Long Island, never been on a train before.
Oh,
Like,
James, come on, buddy.
Like he was in like complete just awe. He was in awe the whole night. It was absolutely hilarious because like he'd get freaked out by like the train station and like how the trains would just go right by, and he'd be like so scared to step on like the yellow by like the warning track, kind of like if you like step on it you're gonna fall or something. He was so scared. Like one time we were in the train and then another train came right past us flying by in the other direction, and he was in the window seat and he was like, oh, whoa. He was just getting so scared. It was just such like a Kazicki moment. And speaking of Kazicki moments, this was something, okay? So Saturday was a doubleheader, right? So it's in the second game. It's the middle of the second game. And, Saturday night, Conor McGregor was fighting. And
for any of you who saw that,
and
paid all that money to see that, I'm sorry.
My thoughts and prayers are out to you
out to your wallets for paying that, $70 to see Conor McGregor fall on his own ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, well, James was in the middle of the game just looking on his phone for, like, illegal streams.
I was doing the same thing. FBI don't come.
We all were. We all were doing that. And he came across a stream for the Mets game that we were at.
Mm-hmm.
And so he pulls it up. I don't know why. And he starts watching it while we're at the game. And this dumbass says, yo, I think the stream is ahead of the game right now. I'm like, what? He goes, yo, look at the stream. That pitch didn't happen yet. Like, he's talking that the stream, right, is like playing ahead of what we are watching live at the stadium.
James.
What the fuck is wrong with you? So I was just like, what did you just say? He goes, watch the pitch. That pitch on the stream didn't happen in real life yet. I'm like, what?
This is going to be a test to see if James actually listens to the podcast, because if he does, he's going to be coming after you.
Oh, I'm exposing it right now. This is up there. Like last week we talked about the manhunt thing, but this has to top that of the most dumbest things that James has ever said before. Like, what the hell makes you think that a stream of the game that we're at watching live, right, in person, is ahead? What? Like, what? It's James. Mind-boggling what goes through that kid's head. Mind-boggling. Like, he has his moments where he's smart and has some big brain moments, and then he has those moments where it's just like, woof. It's just, what the hell?
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time at the game.
Oh, we had a great time. It was a great experience at City Field watching the most boring sport to ever watch. I mean,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like
They-
it was a double header too. Like, I mean, I don't know why, but we stayed for both games. We stayed for both games, dude. 14 innings of baseball. It was
Wow.
just brutal. Brutal.
It could have been worse. Could have been 18, like the old rules. They did
Yeah.
not.
Oh my, I can't even imagine. Like by like it was the first game was all right. It was just really hot out and there was a lot, like it was close to a sellout. The crowd was almost sold out for the first game. And then the second game, it was just brutal because there was like 100,000 foul balls. Every at bat took at least 5 minutes. It was like it took an hour and a half to get through 3 innings. Like a 7 inning game took 3 hours. That's the amount of time a 9 inning game takes. So like oh my God, it was so boring. Like there was nothing exciting going on besides Edwin Diaz's intro that James was just begging me to stay to watch, and he was just going nuts. He took a video of it and everything, and he was getting crazy, getting hype. That was like the highlight, but the highlight of the night was Edwin Diaz's intro. But I mean, it was just a fun day. But I mean, just watching baseball is absolutely brutal.
A lot of baseball. A lot of baseball. One day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
I'm glad
speaking
James,
of baseball,
James got to. Oh yes, Peter
Yes.
Alonso.
Pete Alonso
Got to touch on that. Pete Alonso just won the home run
just
derby.
absolutely just
Polar Bear has once again.
just crushes balls. I mean, just absolutely just annihilates them.
Yes,
Home
Pete
run
Alonso,
derby champion.
35. I was watching it with my father right before
Yeah.
we started.
35 in the
home
first
runs
round.
in the first round.
I forget how
Wow.
many he got in the second round, but I know he won with 23.
Okay, who do you face?
In the final, Mancini.
Okay,
Um,
how about that first? Did you watch it? The home run derby.
yeah,
How about that Shohei Ohtani going into what, like triple overtime?
dude, that was nuts. I didn't think he was gonna get. I thought he was. Oh my God! I'm watching the celebrity softball game right now, and Jojo Siwa just got absolutely trucked.
JoJo.
That was hilarious. No, what the fuck was I saying? Jesus, -1.
Oh, -1. I had -1 last week. Passing it on, -1.
Yeah, nah, not good. What were we talking about? Oh, Alonso.
We were talking about the baseball game.
No, Alonso.
Yes, the home run derby. And then you started
Yeah.
talking about the
Oh,
celebrity.
Ohtani. Right, Ohtani.
Ohtani.
Yeah, he like started off with like no home runs in the first like 45 seconds.
Yeah, and then bam, it was just
And then
home
he
after
gets
home run.
what did he get? 22? I think he got like 22.
Tied, yeah, with 22, and then they tied again.
They tied
with-
again, and then he lost in the swing shootout.
Yeah, because I think it was who was it?
On Soto.
Soto. That's
He
what
went
it
3
is.
for 3.
He went 3 for 3, and then Ohtani just hit one straight into the dirt
Yep.
for his first swing.
All right,
But
that's enough
this is-
baseball talk.
This
No
is
more
a great.
baseball talk.
This is a great segue though, because Alonso went back to back, and so did the next topic we were going to talk about. The Lightning went back to back, and
Yes.
Kucherov is trying to do his best Ovi impression, and I for one love it. I don't know about you.
Hold on. Before we get into that, let's talk about the game first.
Okay.
So I believe the last time we recorded a podcast, that was
It was
in the
before-
middle of game 3. Yes, it was in the middle of game 3, which Tampa just absolutely just
Oh yes, that was the one. Yeah, that was the second episode.
drilled the Canadians.
Yeah. Yeah.
So game 4, I'm sure you all know, the Canadians won that game in overtime, and their hopes were stayed alive. Lightning went up 3-1, heading back to Tampa for game 5. Just what the Tampa Bay mayor wanted, as she said in an interview before Game 4, how she wanted the Lightning to throw Game 4, let the Habs get one, and then win in Tampa. Which
Yes.
I didn't like that, because if somebody did that with the Islanders and the like, I would lose my shit, because that's like almost, it didn't, like, luckily for the Lightning it didn't get jinxed, but like that's like the ultimate jinx. Like you're asking for it. You're asking for the reverse sweep, right? And I was just waiting for it, because once the Habs won in overtime, I was like, oh no, like they're gonna win Game 5, they're gonna win Game 6, and then they're gonna go to Game 7 and they're gonna win it all. Like, just imagine if that happened. Could you imagine the backlash that the mayor would have gotten?
The mayor would have been out the next year.
I
don't know if you could actually
I don't
do
know
that,
if it would go that extreme, but
yeah, you never know. I mean, the Tampa fans.
nobody would like her. No, but
Tampa
that
fans
was just
rushing
that was
her.
ballsy. That was ballsy to say something like that.
But I think Tampa's just that good of a team where they could do whatever they want.
Well, I'm sure they didn't really. I'm sure they actually didn't throw that game. I know.
I feel like
you're
a small
player.
part of them wanted to do that because they wanted to win at home.
No. You're a hockey player. You want to win every game, right? No matter what, like, the circumstances is. There's just nothing to you that makes you feel like you want to throw a game, or just dog it. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
You always want to put like your best effort in it. Like,
but you do want to,
where you just can't go out there and just go through the motions. You just can't.
Yeah, you're right. They wanted to win that game, but
he almost did. He almost did.
It kind of all worked out in the right way. That was the first cup. Actually, there's a statistic. That was the first cup won at home since they lost to the Blackhawks
in 2015.
In 2015, the Blackhawks were at home.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes full circle right there.
Yeah, it does.
It's a good story. It's just a good story you love to see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love to see it. I don't love to see it. I believe that the Islanders could have easily.
Also, that just goes to show how good the Islanders were.
Yeah, it does, because just the way Tampa just absolutely dismantled the Habs in that series, like it wasn't even close.
They made prime Carey Price look like he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah,
Vasilevsky shut the door on their offense, which was just buzzing.
Vasilevsky, I think what is it, 5 straight shutouts in elimination games.
Yep.
And that goes back to the Stanley Cup final last year. The first round this year against the Panthers, right? Yeah, Game 6. Hurricanes. And then wow. Wow. Yeah, that's quite something.
And for all the listeners that were listening, I think it was last podcast that I said this, that Vasi was overrated. I did mention that.
I did agree with it, and now I disagree.
And now he wins the Conn Smythe.
I disagree.
I still feel like if he wasn't on Tampa, he would still be a great goalie, but he wouldn't be getting 5 straight shutouts.
Did you see the thing with Price and like the side by side, and how Vasilevsky
that picture,
Price are like the same height, and like Vasilevsky's only like 5 pounds heavier than Price, and yet Vasilevsky is like
his chest protector.
Looks like he has a fat suit on, and Price looks like he's
his stomach comes out. I can't with the suit on, but the stomach comes out.
What the hell?
Stomach comes out to like.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like almost illegal. It feels like.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I was reading the comments, and me being a goalie, I know this. Price tucks in his chest protector, and Vasilevsky leaves his out, so it appears like it's bigger.
Huh.
And I think Vazzy wears a vapor chest protector. I'm probably wrong with that. I don't know, but he wears vapor pads, so I just guessed. But I know the vapors, they're a little bit bulkier, and I think Price wears a custom-made one. I don't know what the name of it is, but where he's able to tuck it into his pants, and he likes to be more compact, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I never thought of that.
A little goalie information, got to touch it in. I am the goalie guy, as well as the crazy suit guy that has fluffy stuff behind him.
Yeah,
fuzzy,
that's quite
blurry things.
That's quite the setup you got going there.
Yeah,
quite the setup. feel bad for all you listeners. You guys got to tune into YouTube in order to see
Yeah,
this.
well, now you have to tune into YouTube and follow our Instagram and TikTok to see this.
To see it. Yeah. I mean, that is just something else.
Yep.
That is something else.
And if I'm still on every week, they'll just get more and more wow. Because I do that for you guys, for the listeners and all the Chuckin Knuck people out there. If you want to chuck, we'll chuck those knucks.
We'll chuck those knucks.
Somebody please sponsor us.
Yes.
We need a sponsor.
All right. So Lightning win the cup today.
Lightning win the cup. Only a couple days after they dent the cup. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see they dented the cup
during the parade? We'll get to that in a second. But during the parade today, there's an interview with Nikita Kucherov, and he's just obviously just absolutely sloshed, right? Just
I don't think he's been sober. I don't think he's been sober since
the post game interview.
Yep.
In which he absolutely just bashed the Habs fans.
Number one bullshit.
Right.
I called number one bullshit.
Yeah. that was funny. And like how he just bashed the Habs fans for acting like they won the cup when they didn't when they won one game.
Your cup was the last round.
Yeah.
Back to back. Bessie was unbelievable.
Yeah. And then today with just dropping the F bombs on live TV.
I love it. I don't know about you. I don't love the team because they beat Islanders, but I love that the players are being more showing their personalities more. Because I feel like hockey players, they go on in a post-game interview and they're always like, we got the pucks in deep, we forecheck, we backcheck, we worked hard, and we got the win. And it's always the same thing every time.
Yeah, but you know what? If that was the Islanders, which I really wish it was, it would have been similar, but not like
no, it wouldn't have been
like if that was Leo Komarov.
Yeah,
I don't think he would go that extreme to bashing the Habs fans, but I mean, he would be like fired up. Like all the boys would be like,
no, they would be rowdy. I think it's just Kucherov is a different breed. Maybe it's the Russians, man. OV, Kucherov, they love to party.
Gas, man. That Russian gas.
They put something in the water.
Yeah, but it's summer of Kucherov, just like it was the summer of OV.
Yep.
Anyway, some more hockey talk. Duncan Keith traded to the Edmonton Oilers.
Yes.
That was just, I mean, I've seen for a few weeks now the rumors going around with Duncan Keith being like requesting a trade and signing off on his no movement clause, and how he wanted to go to Western Canada. I think Edmonton, I mean, yes, he's 38 now? I think it's still a pretty good move for Edmonton for who'd they give away? Caleb Jones and a third rounder. So I mean the Hawks don't really get much, but I mean Duncan Keith towards the end of his prime and towards the end of his career, I think that's the right move to get
a little bit more veteran camaraderie in that locker room.
The Oilers need that too.
Yeah,
they need that. Yeah, and I think he'll help out.
Well, being he won 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah, he knows how to win, and the Oilers are trying to get on track with winning again, but
And small hockey news I heard today: Pierre Maguire to the Senators.
Pierre.
He's what is he exactly doing? Do you know?
He's like president of or like he just like overlooks player development in Ottawa.
Okay.
Which I think it's a good job for him. I think he'll do great there. Yeah.
Just make sure you don't
You look like Pierre Maguire right now, except you're not bald.
No, I'm not yet.
Not yet.
I was going for more of the DPHO vibe with the suits, with the crazy suits.
Oh, yeah.
Don Gray too.
This picture just popped up on my Instagram with James Kazicki. I don't know if you can see it. There he is.
Oh, James is at Hank Levine.
And Hank Levin.
Oh, Hank.
Right there, the one right there in the black jersey.
There he is.
Is
Here's James.
of him.
James has better things going
Liked
on.
by Liam.
Liam, how you doing, buddy? I know you're
Liam,
listening.
I know he is
Liam?
listening. He is listening.
Welcome back, Liam.
All right, enough.
No more little kid talk.
No more little kid talk.
For anybody that doesn't know, HLH is should we sponsor HLH? Should we give him a little shout out?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's give him a little shout out. Hank, if you're listening, what's up? It's Roos and Zach. What's going on, Hank?
Hank Levin, best coach
Levin.
around.
If you're in the Long Island area and you're looking for one of the best skating instructors, I recommend Hank Levin. I'm not a skater, so you can attest to this.
Yes,
More
he
so.
is top-notch, elite level skating coach, and I've learned a lot from him just from the skates that I've done this spring and even coaching. Even coaching, demonstrating.
Yep. You get coaching. There's coaching opportunities.
Yeah.
But the drills he runs with the older kids, you get the same quality with the younger kids, maybe even better.
Yeah.
More focused attention, and there's tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Very good time at Hank Levin Hockey.
Got to make sure to always be in that respect position.
Respect positions.
I continue to do it even as a coach.
Athletes
respect position. I don't have a hockey stick, but respect position.
Yep.
So a little shout out for Hank there. How you doing, Hank?
How you doing, Hank?
Hank.
All right. Also, more hockey talk. This is a lot of hockey talk that we got going on here.
Yeah, this is the most hockey talk we've had in a while.
I think you know what it is? We don't have Barnes, and Barnes usually makes us go off on just absolutely off the rails.
He makes us go off the rails.
Dude, like last week.
Yes, I mean I kind of attributed it to that too. I wasn't as professional as I am right now with the suit on and the tie, trying to get down to business. my new studio.
Your new studio.
Which I have to get back to my sister after I'm done with this.
Oh shit! It was like a bad storm at the lightning parade, and they still did it. That's crazy.
Really? Was there any lightning?
It looked like it. Yeah. There. Nobody cared.
Even
I'm watching ESPN right now. They just showed the picture of Pat Maroon holding the dented Stanley Cup.
Oh my God. Ugh.
That's hilarious.
That's the only thing. I love the antics that they're getting all excited, but I don't love the denting of the Stanley Cup. That's just a bad look.
It happens. You hear all the stories from years and years of just teams winning and going way too hard, and just it's gonna happen. You're gonna drop it. Shit happens. They repair it, and it's good to go.
So, I have a question. So is the one that they give out on the actual day they win, is it still the replica or is that the real one?
See, I don't know.
So do they get to maybe
I saw a lot of comments on Instagram that it is a replica that they used to celebrate, but I don't think that's the case because the keeper of the cup follows them, right? So why would he really care? I mean, I'm sure you'd still care because it's a replica, but I don't know. Why would a team want to celebrate with a replica? You know what I mean? Yeah,
but I feel like it's safer to celebrate with a replica. And also, they're probably so drunk they don't even care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. I really got to look into it. I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. I don't want
listeners, if you have the answer to this, let us know.
Don't tweet at us. We don't have a Twitter.
We don't have a Twitter.
On our Instagram.
Maybe we should get on doing a Twitter.
Get a Twitter.
Yeah. I need to take this jacket off.
You getting hot?
No, I can't move.
Pets are getting sweaty?
They're not. I just can't move.
I'm kind of baking in this right now. I've got my comfy on again.
The comfy's
back. The comfy is back. I'm not taking it off though, because
I'm taking off this.
That's got to be my signature thing. Wearing the comfy.
Oh, I can move my arms again. Maybe I should do Pilates.
Oh boy. I heard lots of rumors this weekend with Vladimir Tarasenko.
Yeah, I did too.
And the New York Islanders. And apparently the Islanders, Lou Lamoriello, has reached out to St. Louis regarding Tarasenko. And I know last week we talked about how Tarasenko, I saw somewhere like a rumor that Tarasenko wanted to go to the Islanders, and I guess it's true. What's your take on that, Russo?
I think it would be awesome because the Islanders need.
What are you willing to give up, though? That's the thing. What are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up Jordan Eberle?
I don't have Jordan Eberle, but I think the Islanders are willing to give up Jordan Eberle.
But like, if
I were the New York Islanders, would I give up Jordan Eberle? Yes, because they have Palmieri now. And
what if you don't sign Palmieri?
I mean, I feel like he makes up for Palmieri.
See, this is
I don't know how is
where
he
I'm like iffy about it, because Tarasenko hasn't been healthy for a few years now. And when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the league, best goal scorers in the league. But like last year, did he even play last year?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I wasn't even paying attention to the
Sure.
to the league that in depth. I was only watching, the.
Was he injured when they won the cup?
I don't remember. I know he's had injury problems. I know he has like shoulder problems. But like, if he's not healthy, like, why? Like, I wouldn't go for him if he's not 100%, and if he still doesn't feel like himself. Because like him in his prime and him when he's healthy, that's the missing piece for the Islanders. If you think about it.
Yeah,
the goal scorer.
Goal scoring.
He's that guy that Barzal needs. Barzal, Lee, Tarasenko. That would be like one of the best first lines in hockey.
Yeah. Well, also, I don't know if they need to make that big of a jump, because this year they didn't have Lee and they went on that run. Imagine if you get Lee back.
If you get Lee back, they win the cup.
Yeah. So do they really need to splurge on a guy like Tarasenko when you have someone like Lee that's going to come back?
Yes, you do. Because if you get rid of,
Yep.
I mean, still a guy like you still would want a guy like Tarasenko.
Yeah.
Like, even, I mean, you still have to, like, I was hearing that you give up Beauvillier, you give up, I saw someone say you give up Dobson. Hell no, you're not giving up Dobson.
Or
he's like
Beauvillier.
your up and coming, like he's the offensive defenseman that you need. Like,
yeah,
that's Dobson, but like,
you can't break up the Pelech and Kulak line.
No. Oh, speaking of Pelech, this idiot Bruins reporter or writer put out an article talking about. He put out an article talking about how much the Bruins would love to make a trade for Pelech and how it's doable. What? Yeah, if you give us like your whole first line, we're not like, you think the Islanders are gonna just get rid of Pelech like that?
What if they get rid of Pelech for a Taylor Hall?
No, absolutely not. Taylor Hall?
Taylor. He had how many points did he have against the Islanders?
He had like a bunch, but like,
yeah.
Well, no, in the playoffs, he was invisible. He didn't do shit.
Yeah.
He would only kill the Islanders in the regular season towards the end when he got traded. But if you're gonna trade Pelech to the Bruins, yeah, I want McAvoy and I want Pastrnak. Like, that's what I want. If you're gonna get Pelech, give me Pastrnak and give me McAvoy. But I'm not giving you Pelech for McAvoy and a second round pick. No way. No. I need two of your key guys if you're taking one of the best defensemen in the league. That's what I think. But I mean, that's just
that's just Han thoughts. Those are Han thoughts.
Han thoughts, yeah. But like this idiot.
Han thoughts, the Chuckin Knucks podcast.
This segment.
Maybe we should make that a thing.
Yeah, we should make it a thing. But I mean, I just got I get so pissed off just looking at Twitter and just coming across this idiot posting and like just promoting his article about
Islander juices are flowing. He's building up. He's building up.
I'm gonna
He's just gonna
explode.
burst. He's gonna burst. The Rangers are horrible.
Fuck! The Islanders are the best team in the league.
Ranger fans don't know what they're talking about.
Oh man, no, like I mean,
This time we don't have any Ranger fans on.
we don't.
Last time it was
just
you and
Islander
Hop,
fans.
and you and
That's-
Barnes.
Yeah.
Now it's just me and you talking Islanders.
Yep.
We don't have that animosity coming from the Ranger fans.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yep.
I
No
mean,
Dylan Viggy 6 again.
no Dylan Viggy 6.
Done.
There's no
Dylan Viggy 6. Come on, buddy.
He needs to do better. He needs to do better.
Yep.
What do you got?
I'm sitting in my room. I got this nice setup going. Glad you enjoyed it. Should we talk about future episodes? What's going to be coming up?
Sure. I mean, we don't know exactly what's happening yet in the future, but I mean,
We got some goals.
yeah, we got some goals. We plan to have some interviews. I think Russo, you're in talks with Alex Rocco,
Yep.
who we both went to high school with.
Yes,
and
we
covers
St. Anthony High School.
Penn
Shout
State
out to
sports.
you. Yes.
And we're gonna try to get him on and see if he has any interviews that he'd like to share with us.
Yes, we're gonna try to get Alex on here. Trying to join us on the podcast. He's a very he's been in the podcast game for a little bit now. He knows what he's doing.
Yes, definitely
Yeah.
seems like it. Definitely seems like something that's up his alley too. He likes
Yes.
his stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to get that in the pipeline. We're gonna try to bring in more of our buddies that played junior hockey, played hockey, just to get some more stories.
Yeah, we'll get
Because this is hockey guys talking hockey.
this talk.
Doesn't
Guys
just have to
talking
be-
hockey and other things because we touch on everything.
Yeah, we tend to go off on tangents.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That adds to the fun.
It
That
does
adds
add
to
to the fun.
That adds to stuff like this happening.
Yeah, it does, and that was amazing. I was not expecting that, to be honest.
Thank you. Yeah, I was having Zach going crazy. I was like, I have a surprise. What's the surprise? Tell me now. Is it
Yeah.
a present?
I really didn't think it would be something like that, but I mean that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll be better.
we need to.
I like your little
Teddy on
your
there.
little studio. Yeah, we gotta get Teddy on there. I like your little studio.
Yeah, I mean it's just my back, my wall is just covered with Islander stuff. We got the rally towels here. We got a yes.
We got a whole ton of Islanders
all
trail.
Islander stuff. It goes all around the room. Got a little Taft banner right there.
And if anybody didn't know on the stream, Zachary Hahn went to Taft High School. Well,
Yep.
high school,
Prep school. Yep.
or school.
Yep. Oh, hold on. I lost my thought. -2.
Oh.
Jesus
Was it gonna be big?
Christ.
It's gonna be big.
No, I don't know what it was. I just lost my thought. Damn, -2 on the night.
Oh, come on, matey. You gotta be better. You gotta be better.
I gotta be better. I didn't bring the fire for this podcast. You know, I feel off.
Something's
off.
You know what it is? Because you and Barnes have been going.
Yeah, I think
Enough.
Barnes really drives the show better than I do. I really don't
No.
know what I'm doing right now.
Don't sell yourself short.
He really helps start the conversations, and you know, I suck at conversation starting.
He gives you a punchback. I'm kind of more the fun, looking for the
The chime in guy that just chimes
look
in
at-
and just adds stupid remarks sometimes. And
funny, stupid remarks.
story time. Story
Just-
time.
Straight into story time.
Should we
Yeah,
go
we can
into story time?
We'll hop into story time.
Do you have a story for story time?
I think you should start.
Not a Kevin Hart story.
Yes. No more Kevin Hart.
It's gotta be a
stories.
real story.
Right on the spot here. Oh, okay. If it's got to be a real story, Does it have to be a hockey story?
No, it could be anything. And I'm going through my Snapchat memories right now, trying to come up with a story. But you go ahead.
I think it has to be a hockey story because then it defeats the purpose.
Doesn't matter. You can do whatever.
Wait, it's got to be a hockey story. All right, let me think. What's a good one? What's a good hockey story? Yeah, I'll make it a. Which one do I want to tell? How explicit can it be?
Doesn't matter.
I can't expose anybody. It's not right.
I'll go first. I'll let you think. But like, mine's not. It's not really like a funny story. It's not really like a intriguing story. It's just more of just like this happened one time and it impacted me. I have PTSD from now on with fire alarms, right? So like whenever I see one, or like whenever I'm in a hotel and I see it on the wall and I have to sleep, like I can't do it because of this one night at Taft this year. So this year I had a single, right? So like last year, the fire alarm would go off all the time, and like it wouldn't really bother me. I'd just get up and I'd laugh because I had a roommate, Tate Phillips, and I just laugh at him because it would scare the shit out of him, like in the middle of the night and stuff like that. Like I would be cool, I'd be chill about it. Like it wouldn't really affect me. But this year, I had a single, so I'm like by myself, and my room is small, right? So like the smaller the room, when something loud is playing, it's fucking loud in the room, right? And so this was my first week back of school because I was delayed to get back on campus for like 2 weeks because I had a false positive COVID test. And so it's like my fifth night back on campus, right? I haven't heard the fire alarm at all. I wasn't even thinking about it. You know, I'm just sleeping. And then all of a sudden, and like the alarm at Taft sounds like an air raid alarm. Like if you hear it for the first time, like you and not even knowing like it's the fire alarm, you'll think that like you're getting bombed. Like you think you're gonna die. Like it's just like it's I hate the sound. I hate thinking about it. It just drives me nuts. Like you could be anticipating it, right? Like you can like know it's gonna go off and just it'll still scare the absolute shit out of you. It's just not a cool sound at all. So anyway, I remember it's like it was a Friday, early Friday morning. It's like 3 a.m. right? So we have class that day. So it's 3 a.m. Everybody's asleep, and all of a sudden, the fire alarm goes off. So it's going off. You know, I'm startled, right? I curl up on my bed and I like take cover because I thought it was part of my dream. Like I thought I was still dreaming, so like I thought I was getting bombed, so I literally took cover. But then I realized it wasn't a dream. You know, I like run outside. I'm just in my underwear, and like I just think this is still a dream. So I just run outside, no mask because like you need a mask with COVID in that test. Yeah, and so no mask, no clothes, just straight underwear, and it's almost October, and it was really cold. That I remember it was like 30 degrees.
A clothesless Zachary Hahn.
Yes, yeah, not a pleasant sight. And so
was it just wait? So was it just were you guys? Was it co-ed? Like was
dorm?
it when the fire alarm went out? Was it like the was the area co-ed or was it just all guys?
No, all guys. So
you got lucky.
I did get lucky. I got well, not really.
As lucky as you can get in that situation.
You'll see why.
Okay, there's more to this story.
Dorms are split up. So I was in the upper school. That's the juniors and seniors. The upper school dorms, which is attached to the main building, and the lower school boy the lower school boy dorms. Jesus, I need water. Oh man, that was rough.
He's choking on his own story.
Yeah. The lower school boys dorms were also attached, but like further away in the main building, if that makes any sense. And then you have one upper school girls dorm. There's three of them. One of them is attached to the main building also, but there's a fire door, right, that splits up the main building from their dorms. So when like the main building gets a fire alarm, they don't get it. They're considered a separate building, but it's connected to our building. So if that makes any
Okay.
sense. So
Okay.
they didn't get a fire alarm, and then of
So
course the other
that's great.
buildings, the other separate dorms, they didn't get it because they're separate buildings. So anyway, 3 a.m. goes off. I am clothesless, Jesus, maskless, shoeless. I walk out in the hallway. I'm like in a daze. I think I'm dreaming still. This the siren is going off. And then we also had a thing called the intruder alarm, right?
Okay.
So like it would be set. It's like kind of like your home security alarm. You arm it, right? So like the dorm
Intruder.
parent
Zach
would set it.
Khan in his underwear. Intruder.
It would set it at 11 o'clock that night,
Zach
and
Khan's
it would disarm itself at 6 a.m. It would disarm itself at 6 a.m. And if
Okay.
you walked past the motion sensor, right? Like if you walked down the stairs into the main building part, like to sneak out, it would go off, right? And it would wake up the whole building.
Okay.
And so with people, walking down the stairs to exit, that went off also. So you have the fire alarm and the intruder alarm just going off at the same time. And it's driving me nuts. So I walk out my door and I think I'm in a dream still. And I look around because I don't see anybody. Like there's nobody coming out of the rooms. There's nobody walking down the stairs.
You're looking for Jennifer Lopez and
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like
those smoke shows that are in your dreams.
Yeah, right. And I don't see anybody. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then finally, people start walking out and stuff. Anyway, fast forward, we're outside. It's like 30 degrees outside. Half of us are almost naked, no mask. It was just for the school, it was a COVID nightmare, right? Because nobody's wearing a mask. Right? And it was also like our emergency spot, like our space for a fire alarm was in the courtyard where it's our dorms, right? And it looks across to the girls' dorms, right?
So the girls,
they look down on us.
They got a peek at a bunch of.
They saw all of us, but
nowhere.
like a bunch of their windows were open, and so we came up with a way to mess with them. It's like three in the morning. We started singing "Sweet Caroline" all together, like all the boys, the whole dorm started singing "Sweet Caroline" until we got, of course, shot down by a bunch of teachers.
Okay.
Who told us to shut up, but that was fun. But anyway,
I like that.
We were out there. No, the story's still going.
So there's more?
No, there's a lot more. And so we're out there for at least 45 minutes at 3 a.m., right? School night. We're all like pissed off that this thing had to go off, right?
Mm.
And, we had to wait for the fire department to come and clear everything, So finally we go back in. Now, I was shook, right? Like I was shaking. Like it was scary. Like when I say like that alarm was scary, it was fucking scary. Like that thing is the scariest thing I'll ever hear. And I walked back into my room and I just couldn't go back to sleep. I was texting my dad, who had to wake up he was still up for something. I forget why he was still up, but he was still up. And like I was just texting him, hoping I'll like get back to sleep. I kept my LED lights on to see if that would help me sleep. Nothing. I stayed up. We got back inside at 4 a.m. I stayed up from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. until I finally just knocked out because I was tired. And then so my alarm goes off for 7. It's set to go off for 7:30 to get up for school. And my alarm doesn't wake me up. The fire alarm wakes me up again at 7.
Another fire alarm.
So we had another fire alarm at 7 o'clock. So we do the same thing, but this time like kids like didn't take it serious. They all like some kids stayed in, some kids just hopped in the shower, some kids just got dressed for school and just started their day then. Me, no, I still went out with my boxers and just went out there because I was still sleeping. But I was so shook. I was like, dude, this fucking fire alarm, man. Like I'm not gonna be able to sleep for weeks because of this thing.
So I know what to do next time I'm at your house and you're sleeping. I'm
Play
gonna play a
fire alarm.
fire.
Yeah, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that, please.
Yes.
And so, like,
For anybody that wants to get underneath Zach's skin, 2 words: fire alarm.
no, don't do that. Anyway, I'm still not done.
There's more.
There's more. So we
There's
go
more to
in,
these 2 fire alarm stories.
yeah, and so we go in. I'm finally get dressed. I was just like, fuck it, I'm not going back to bed. I'm just gonna start my day. So
Wait, let me guess. Let me guess. There's a 3rd fire alarm.
fast
Did I get it?
forward,
Did I
yeah,
get? I
fast
got it.
forward to
I got
around
it.
10 o'clock. And of course, I'm still in the main building, right? So my class was in the main building for that one period, for that block. The fire alarm
And
goes off again.
there's a fire alarm. Look at that.
And so it goes off 3 times that day. I think it ended up going off a 4th time, but I was not there for that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And like just that whole week, for at least 2 weeks, I had a hard time falling asleep because I just thought the fire alarm would go off every time I went. Like every time I shut my eye, I would think the fire alarm was gonna go off and wake me up. And that thing was so scary, bro. Like you'll understand it. You would understand it if you were there, right? And I like it's the scariest thing ever. That hearing that stupid ass sound of that fire alarm, it was frightening, to say the least.
You're giving me ideas.
I don't like that. Well, I mean, I kind of do that too. Another quick story. I did that to my teammates. We were all in what we like one Saturday night. We took over a classroom, right, to watch a movie together, and I had my speaker, and we had the lights off, and we were all in the front of the classroom, right, and the door was in the back. We were all in the front of the classroom, just laying on the floor watching a movie, and I put my speaker in the back, right by the door where the fire alarm is, and I played on my phone a fire alarm. And everybody freaked out. Like, I mean, just freaked out. Like, they all left the classroom, but they heard outside. They didn't hear the fire alarm anymore.
Did you get in trouble?
No, but they didn't hear it anymore. So they came back inside and they still hear it. And so, like, they're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they think it's some other alarm, right? They think they set off something. And so one of the teachers, I guess it was so loud that one of the teachers came to the room and they asked like what's going on, and I, of course, once I saw the teacher come, I stopped it. And so like I was also playing along with it, like what the hell is going on, and they were like, what's going on? And then the boys were like, do you hear that alarm too? Like, is there a fire alarm? Like, what's going on? And they're like, there's no alarm. It was like, what is this? What is oh, it stopped, like it stopped playing, but like there's something going off. And then finally the teacher's like, I don't know what you probably heard something from outside or something. Until they all come back in, and I just couldn't hold it in. I was just hysterical laughing, and they're like, "Fuck you, Han!" Like,
Fuck you, Han.
Han.
At John.
Yeah, at John to see you.
That was a good one. Is there more to it, or
Nope, that's it. That's my story.
that was a good one? I like the Sweet Caroline part.
Yeah, that was fun.
Sweet Caroline.
Bum, bum, bum.
Such a good song. We sang last time too.
We did, yes, you guys.
sang
You and
last
Barnes
podcast
sang.
too.
Yes, you and Barnes did sing.
We're good for one song a podcast.
Yes. What's your
All right,
story?
so was it my turn? Okay, this time I actually have a story.
Not a Kevin Hart.
No, it's a junior hockey story.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, all right, I'll tell you the story. Most people that play junior hockey are familiar with the rookie dinner. You're probably familiar with it.
Yeah.
So basically what it is if you're a rookie, you have to dress up like a girl and you have to go out to dinner with your teammates. Most teams do this, not even hockey. A lot of different sports do this. So my team, we did this year, and being I was a rookie, I participated. Some people that were rookies didn't. They chose to skip the dinner. They got fined.
Of course.
People that don't know, that's a fine. It's the court. It's junior hockey. You'll find out when you get there. Anyway,
Yes.
so I dressed up, but the catch was, I don't know if other teams do this, but with our team, the best dressed didn't have to pay for the dinner. And our team this year, let me tell you, they ran up the bill.
I can imagine.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go all out. I'm not paying for this. So I had my billet mom. Her daughter is she was like a makeup, like she does makeup for I don't know what somehow she was really good at makeup. So I had her do my makeup. I bought a wig. I bought a nice dress from TJ Maxx, and I borrowed my billet mom's friend's heels. And we all meet up at one of the guys' apartments. It's me, a bunch of other guys, and then they're all dressed up like girls. So his apartment is if anybody's familiar, Stanford area. It's kind of at the end of Stanford. So we had to walk through Stanford dressed as girls. We all got catcalled at least like 5 times. Some kids were like, oh, this is stupid. They started taking off their wigs. But then a couple of us were just like, no, dude, we just got to embrace it. And we just started marching towards the front. And we're like, yeah, you like that? You like what you see? Huh? You like what you see? So we keep walking. We embrace it. And then we get to the dinner and they have one of the waiters pick out who's like the prettiest girl. So I'm thinking I'm going to win. I got these fake boobs in. I got my makeup all done. I put on fake glasses. I got my hair down. I get there. I'm in heels. I can't even feel my feet. And then one of the rookies, one of our buddies, he just put on a dress. He had some sneakers on, and the waiter was like, "All right, that guy," and he wanted winning. And like some of us went through all this trouble. I put the makeup on. I put the glasses on. It was all in good fun, but like I tried so hard, and they picked the one guy that like just had on a dress.
What?
No, but I'm glad they picked.
I remember seeing what you looked like.
Yeah, should I put it up for them? Nah, I don't know if I could do that. Should I put it up for?
Maybe we'll take this out as a segment and post it on Instagram. You could put it.
Maybe I'll have to post it at the end, the picture of me.
Yeah.
No, but our buddy Caleb won. He actually wound up being, for anybody that's familiar with the rookie junior hockey system, he was a rookie captain. He was and deservingly so. He's probably going to be the captain next year. He if anybody were to win it, I'm glad he won it and won the rookie dinner. But damn it, I wanted to win. I got really giddied up. I feel bad for my one buddy though. He tried to do his own makeup himself.
Oh no.
And he looked like a train wreck.
Oh, I can only imagine.
He looked like a train wreck. And then since Zach did 2 stories, I'll do 2 stories. So the goalies on my team, we were gonna do what we did. We did a dinner. It was like a goalie dinner. So it was me, the other 2 goalies, and they told me that we were gonna go to a fancy restaurant. So I put on a suit and I get in the car and we start driving. And when we get to it's just Buffalo Wild Wings. So they're not in suits. I'm in a suit. I'm the only one in a suit in the middle of Buffalo Wild Wings. So I'm sitting in a suit. Yeah, that's really it.
A suit, right?
I wore a suit. Yeah, I wore a suit.
Perfect place to wear a suit.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, that's all the stories I have for tonight.
That's fun. Those are good stories. That tops mine. Definitely tops mine.
I wanted to save it. I didn't want to unveil it the other night. I thought the Kevin Hart one was good timing.
Kevin Hart one was very good. You definitely got me in the beginning, and then I was like, wait a minute, I've heard this before.
That's not your story.
That's not your story, you silly goose.
Alrighty. Well, if you have anything else, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else. I just, what is it? It's like 12:30 now. I got to edit this podcast, get this out.
It's up for the listeners, man. Listen up.
It's up for the listeners. This is probably one of our shorter ones. I haven't gotten any notifications from Zoom saying that we went over the time limit, but I'm sure it's got to be over an hour, which is fine. It's fine enough. I mean,
the 2-person podcasts.
Yeah, I think it's good enough. I think we did a pretty good job, me and you, doing this.
Man. We carried the load. We had a last-minute cancellation from Barnes. Once again, our host not showing up at Dylan Biggie 6. I think
Kazicki refusing to come on.
I think maybe he's just camera shy.
I think
James, if you're camera shy, it's okay.
not camera shy. He's just shy. He's a shy kid. And I think he's, you know what? He's probably scared that he doesn't want to have one of his Kazuki moments on a podcast.
Yeah, but we need a Kazuki moment.
We do need a Kazuki moment. We do need a Kazuki moment. A Kazuki moment would really make the podcast. Hopefully he hears that. Maybe that motivates him to get on the next one.
I hope he listens to this one.
Yeah, no, he's gonna like the one where I dropped him. I still can't believe he actually said that. Like he was convinced. He was convinced that he was watching the future on his phone rather than watching what's live in front of him at the game.
That's a new one.
Mind-boggling.
To anybody that knows me, they could attest to the amount of stupid stuff I've said, but that
might be like the world's dumbest thing ever said. Like ever. Like that like what the fact that he was serious about it. He was serious about it. I can't get over it. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely. It was.
If there weren't moments like that, we wouldn't have Kazuki moments, and we wouldn't have topics on the podcast.
Yep.
Well.
All right. Wait. I got one thing to say. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Instructor Barnes Productions on YouTube. Make sure.
Let's go. Oh, and we got a name drop, Emo Shield. If anybody hasn't listened by the third episode, go ahead and listen to it. Emo Shield. We'll listen. Yeah, I guess you can
watch it. Go watch it. Anyway, yeah, sponsored by Instructor Barnes Productions on YouTube. Make sure to go subscribe and go check out all of the short films that were made. One was made by him, entirely by him. The rest produced by me, directed by me, and you guys pretty much made the film, because if it wasn't for you, the Emo Shield, Russo.
Oh yeah, thank you,
Barnes and Teddy and Dylan Biggie Six and Sharvat in that last one.
It's not fair for everybody else, because I don't know if anybody else knows this, but I'm actually an experienced actor.
Are you?
I've been in The Weatherman. If you know, you know. I don't know if you've ever seen that, Zach.
I probably haven't.
Well, you should check it out. It's called The Weatherman.
Is it on YouTube?
No, but I might have to put it on YouTube after this.
Huh. I might.
You know what? That's a story that's another junior hockey story.
Okay, we'll save that for next podcast.
Just to leave that on the listeners' heads. The Weatherman.
Yes.
All
right. We'll save that for that podcast. Make sure you check out Instructor Barnes Productions on YouTube. Subscribe, like all the videos, go watch all the videos from start to finish. You will not regret it. I promise you, it will be an experience. I'll tell you that. Russo, you got anything else to add before we wrap this up?
Yeah, you know what? Thanks everybody for listening again. Try to put in a little more effort every time. And yeah, I mean, I try to go above and beyond. I know Zach does too. Zach puts in a lot of work behind the scenes, with all the editing.
Oh, wait. Not as much as you. You grew our Instagram the Instagram page that I started, right? And I had no intention of like promoting it as much as you have. And like, I just want to thank you for that.
Come on, don't make me blush.
But I'm actually serious. I started that page. What was it? 2 weeks ago, right after our first episode, and I was just like, you know what, like if this blows up, this blows up. But you really put Chuckin Knucks on the map. You made it
a little bit. You know what?
You did it a little bit. We got a shout out. We got a shout out from an Islanders page.
Yes.
And
if you're listening, Islanders overtime. Here you go. Little podcast shout out too. You're welcome.
Yep. Little extra shout out right there. But like we grew from the original 12 people that were all just our friends that followed the account to what are we at now? Almost 200?
I think we're at 185.
We'll just call it 200. 200 followers.
About 200. We're probably
you did it in a matter of a week. Like I mean
yeah, it was from the last time we shot the podcast. After I was on the podcast, I kind of just went full tilt, and then to this podcast, yeah. So 200 in about a week.
Keep it up, Russo. Keep it up.
Try, hopefully. If you guys like
TikTok too. The TikTok's blowing up too a little bit, right? You're doing the
a
same
little bit.
thing.
Yeah,
with
we're almost
TikTok?
at 100 subscribers or followers, whatever that was.
Followers. I think we are at 100. Let me check real quick. I'm pretty sure that last time I checked, we were at. Let me lower my volume. So
We're creeping up there.
we're definitely creeping up there. Let's see, Chuckin Knucks. We are at nice 69 followers.
Oh, you know what? We're creeping up there. Last time I checked, we were at 52.
Nice.
And that was like a couple days ago.
Nice. All
So
right,
yeah, we're
well,
growing.
You gotta top
growing,
mine.
so-
You gotta top my personal TikTok at
All right, no one's gonna. Maybe if you shout us out on the personal
4,915 followers.
Maybe if you shout us out on your personal TikTok.
Not happening.
Nope. You don't want anyone to know.
No, nobody needs to know. Until
don't want
Alexis
everyone to
blows
know.
up, nobody needs to know.
He's the
Nobody-
mysterious podcaster, even though your face is plastered all over this podcast.
Yep.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma Han. Alrighty.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube,
Thank you, listeners.
Stay tuned for next week. Episode 4 will be out hopefully either sometime the end of the week. And yeah, we'll see you next week for the next episode.
And
wait,
keep chucking those
one more-
nuts.
keep chucking those nuts, but there's one more thing that I needed to say, and I completely forgot to say it. Yes, follow us on Instagram at Chuckin Knucks Pod. At Chuckin Knucks Pod, follow us on TikTok at Chuckin_Knucks, and subscribe to us on YouTube. I think that's just called Chuckin Knucks Podcast.
I think you
There
got
you
it.
go.
That's it. That's just.
I got it.
There we go.
So, hell of a job, buddy. Great
Thank you
job.
guys. Thank you all the
Barnes,
listeners.
Barnes, sucks that you could have been on this. We missed you. Vigna, fuck you. Just stop being a bitch. And
Zach exposing everybody. Liam, I know you're listening. Thank you again
yes,
for listening.
Liam.
All the way
thank
to the
you.
end, Liam. We appreciate that greatly.
Yep. All
And
right.
last time, Sister Liz's birthday. Happy birthday, Les.
Happy birthday.
Okay, that's all I gotta say. Zach, sign us off.
Keep chucking those knucks.
There goes Zach. Boom.
Under the sun.